Hello, welcome to Belgrade TV. If you are new here, please subscribe and turn on the notification so you don't miss our next video. Biography of George Weah. Football fans of the early 90s should be familiar with this name, George Weah, who became prominent as a professional footballer before venturing into politics. And even if you were not of age during his playing days, you must have heard of the first African to have won the FIFA World Best Player of the Year and Ballon d'Or. Yes, he won these accolades in 1995. George Weah, who is a Liberian politician, was born on the 1st of October 1966. He became president of Liberia in 2018, taking over from Ellen Sirleaf Johnson. Prior to being president, he served as a senator from Monserrado County. Weah's story is an inspiration to young folks, particularly footballers. He was born into an ethnic group that came from one of the poorest areas of Liberia. George Weah was born and raised in Clara Town district of Monrovia to William T. Weah Sr. and mother Anna Weah. He did not know what a silver spoon looked like because of his background. His father was a mechanic and mother a petty trader. Weah's parents divorced when he was still a baby, so he has to be raised by his paternal grandma, Emmanuel Klonjela, with 13 other children. He could not afford school to tertiary level because of money, but he did attend elementary school at Muslim Congress and high school at Wells Hastings High School and dropped out of school in his final years. Football was his first love from childhood. It was a place of escape for him, a sanctuary that helped him forget his problems. At 15, he began playing for a local team and later moved to Mighty Barrow and Invincible 11 before moving abroad. George Weah started his football career as a striker and he enjoyed a successful 18 years professional career. It was the former Arsenal manager Wenger, who was at the helm of affairs at Monaco, that first spotted the incredible talent of Weah and brought him to Europe. Weah said Wenger showed him love when racism was at its peak. He signed his first professional contract outside the shores of Africa in 1988 for Monaco. A few years after, Paris Saint-Germain bought him in 1992, and it was at this club that he became a superstar, winning League One in 1994 and became the highest goal scorer in the biggest football competition in Europe, the 1994-1995 UEFA Champions League. In 1995, AC Milan came calling, one of the biggest clubs in Italy as well as one of the biggest in Europe. Weah signed for them and went on to have an illustrious career there, winning the domestic league Serie A twice. Weah spent so many years in Italy before moving to Chelsea and later Manchester City, where he won the FA Cup, and after his short stint in England, it was time to return home, not Liberia but France, where his European career was born. He signed for Marseille, and by 2003, he ended his career with Al Jazeera. As a striker, he was known for his pace and excellent dribbling skills. Weah is regarded as the greatest African footballer. He won the African Player of the Year 3 times, 1989, 1994, 1995, and in 1996, he was named African Player of the Century. After a successful football career, Weah wanted to make an impact in his war-torn country, and after the Second Liberian Civil War, he made his intentions known to run for presidency in 2005. He was the flag bearer of the Congress for Democratic Change, a party he formed. Weah was a people's man, mostly known for being a breath of fresh air in Liberian politics when everything seemed to be falling apart. His opposition, who was a graduate of Harvard, Ellen Sirleaf Johnson, had her camp used not having enough schooling against him, and there was an allegation of him being a French citizen while plying his trade abroad, but the court ruled that as mere allegations and he was cleared to contest. Weah lost the elections and left for the US to obtain a degree in business administration in DeVry University, Miami. He returned home to contest for Monserrado County senatorial by-election. It was a message to his opposition that he was back and ready to fight, and this time, leaving no stone unturned. In 2011, as expected, he announced his intention to run for presidency again, but the party chose him as vice presidential candidate to run with Winston Tubman, who the party chose as their presidential candidate. In 2014, he ran for senatorial election under his party for his region, Monserrado County, defeating the son of the president, Robert Sirleaf, and he made history as the first Liberian international athlete to be voted into legislature. All these moves were preparatory grounds for the big contest. He made his intention known to run for presidency for the 3rd time under the Coalition for Democratic Change, and he won the first round with 38.4% of the votes. He then had to battle the second round with Unity Party's candidate, Joseph Boakai, and he emerged victorious with more than 60% of the votes. on January 22, 2018, making him the first youngest president in Africa. In his tenure, Liberia is progressing and things are beginning to fall into right places. Using football language, one would say that he has been a good manager so far and his team is in good form. He married his sweetheart, the Jamaican-born Claire, and they have 3 children, George, Tita, and Timothy. 2 of his sons have followed his footsteps, as both of them are footballers with Paris Saint-Germain. What's your take on George Weah as a politician? Drop your comments below. Will it be ridiculous to subscribe to our channel? If no, please like this video, share and subscribe to our channel.